Was supposed to be sent out on Monday, did not go through. She wasn't aware of it until this morning. And as you guys know, we are transitioning our HR department to Jennifer Ford. I think that she's gonna do a fantastic job, but she's still learning, so we appreciate everybody's patience. The forefront of your brains, because the human race or human beings, we have a tendency to become more complacent as time goes on, right? You get more comfortable, you get to know your equipment, you're out over the road, you're cruising, and we get complacent. So I think that doing this once a month will be a good refresher for everybody, and keep safety at the forefront of your brains. It's super important. Can anybody tell me what we can do to be more safe over the road? Anybody? Yes, James.
Pre-trips?
Pre-trips. Thank you. I love that answer. Proper pre and post-trip inspections. So there is quite a few drivers that will log a 2-minute pre-trip. If you can show DOT a proper pre-trip inspection in 2 minutes, my hats are off to you. It's impossible. Not a thorough pre-trip. Why are pre-trips so important, James? Human beings, we have a tendency to become more complacent as time goes on, right? You get more comfortable. Right, and you get to catch small problems before they become bigger problems. And when they're bigger problems, they become safety concerns. They become more expensive, and they become DOT violations. Okay, so there's a lot of value in taking the time and doing a proper pre and post trip inspection. Okay. Catch problems before they become bigger problems. How many times should you guys check your tires? Safety concerns. Your tractor tires. They become more expensive, and they become DOT violations. Okay, so there's There's a lot of value in taking the time and doing a proper pre and post trip inspection. Okay. How many times should you guys check your tires? Your tractor tires.
Every 150 miles at 3 hours.
You're gonna check your tires every 3 hours?
You gotta
That's
stop to check your
amazing.
load anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
2.5
2.5 what, Steve?
hours.
Years.
2.5 hours?
Years.
So,
I've got to do a load check
Once a week.
anyway. You check the tires at the same time.
that's right. So, Steve, should you be checking your tires during a pre and post trip inspection?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because it's easier to get them fixed when you're shut down in the evening than to have to take the time during the day and be late.
That's right. I agree. And, you know, the number
love
one
it.
cause.
It wasn't my choice.
It wasn't? Aw.
It's too cold up here. You forgot to turn the heat on.
Oh, in
It's not
Oregon.
70 degrees.
Yeah.
I don't see any palm trees waving. And basically, it's because I got a hole that big in my deck, and I'm told Freightliner won't load us anymore.
So we're recording live on YouTube and Facebook. So if we can keep that to a minimum.
I charge extra for that. Question.
He said deck.
Okay, recently, we went to 100 pounds of air pressure, came out on our PeopleNet. I called in because I heavy haul, and they said, no, we're going to 100. Okay, he just put 4 tires on my tractor, and he told me, no, heavy haul has to be 110.
Okay.
Which is it?
Well, I would have to look at our standard operating procedures. Jared, what does it say on the slide? 110?
Yeah, multi-axles 110, all duals and steers need to be at 105, and super singles at 100.
There you go.
Then the sidewall and super single.
Okay, yeah, because I called driver services because I was always taught the 110.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me, no, everything's supposed to be 100.
So the manufacturer recommendations have changed, you know, a couple of times over the last couple of years. So it doesn't surprise me that it's changed.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm back to the 110 now anyway, because I check them every Friday or Saturday morning before.
Yeah.
Trip everything with the gauge.
Good deal. I appreciate that you do that. So what else can we do on our pre-trips to do a proper one and make sure that we're more safe over the road?
Check fuel places for your trip.
Check what?
The fuel places where you're
That's
gonna
for
fuel
trip planning.
up. Oh, okay.
So for proper pre and post trip inspections, you guys should just make sure that you guys are doing a thorough pre and post trip inspection, okay? What else can we do to be more safe over the road?
Be aware of your surroundings.
Be aware of your surroundings. What was
Speed
that?
limit?
Speed limit. I like it. Take your time. As Mike Card tells you guys when you go through his Wednesday spiel during the onboarding process, you guys are the captain of your ship, right? It's extremely important. So the nature of the beast in this industry is that the customers are going to push dispatch and dispatch is going to push the drivers, right? You guys are the captain of your ship. You know what you're capable of doing. You know your hours of service. You know what type of weather you're in. You know how tired you are. You know what you're capable of doing. So it is your responsibility as a professional truck driver to let dispatch know what you're capable of, right? And there's no excuse for fatigue driving. I'll tell you right now. We've had 2 drivers in the last 6 months fall asleep at the wheel. One hit a guardrail and one hit another passenger vehicle. Both were very, very lucky that it didn't end up worse. There's no excuse for it. Find a safe place to pull over, inform dispatch if it's going to affect the load, allow them the opportunity to reschedule it, and get some rest. Okay. The most important thing is that you guys go home safe to your families or whatever your situation is. So in any event, that's what I'm hoping Infinity will do for you guys, is just help you think of all those things. Proper pre and post trip inspections, being more aware of your surroundings, not driving fatigued, defensive driving, all of that good stuff. Driving in inclement weather is also another thing. We have one really bad accident every year, really bad. And I would really like to make it through the winter with nobody getting hurt and making it home safe. Okay. So for Infinity, I wanted to go over our compliance. So we started this in June. And we've gotten a lot better, so I appreciate everybody taking the time to do this. So in June, we went over CSA and what that entails, and 90% of the drivers have completed that assignment. There are 25 drivers that have not completed it. October, we went over personal conveyance and how to properly utilize that. And we are at 89.71% completed. So there are 32 drivers that have not completed that. In November, we went over driving in extreme weather. 87.35% have completed it. 42 drivers have not. In December, we went over log certification, and 76% have completed it. 84 drivers have not completed it. Okay, it is extremely important that we have 100% compliance, and I'm going to tell you why. Because litigation is on the rise in the industry, okay? And when litigation happens, the plaintiff attorneys, they want everything. They want your driver qualification file, they want your logs for the last 6 months, they want every single document, your training documents, everything from the time that you fill out your application to the time that you leave, if you end up leaving the company, okay? And that opens us up for, they want to try and prove negligence on the motor carrier and negligence on the driver, okay? Because we had to implement this new safety initiative, they're going to want access to our training records as well. And this is Infinity, the learning management system, is considered a training record, okay? And I swear it'll be the one driver who does not complete the lessons that will open us up for negligence, okay? To be found negligent. So that is one reason why it's extremely important. The other is because we all have to work together to be the safest motor carrier out there. We want to be the safest motor carrier in the industry, okay? And we can't do it on an individual basis. We have to work together in order to do it. And if we all join in on this safety initiative and keep safety at the forefront of our brains and do all of the things that we were discussing earlier, then we will be the safest motor carrier out there, okay? So I do want to add that this is a mandatory thing. It's not oh, I'm not going to do it. It is mandatory, okay? And because we started in June and we're at the start of a new year, we will be enforcing it by the end of this quarter. So, and we really don't want to do it. We want it to be a positive learning experience. We want it to be positive for you guys. I want it to be positive for you guys. Yes, Steve?
I thought you were taking away safety bonuses if we didn't complete those.
By the end of this quarter, we are going to
We're gonna
enforce
start?
it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, but if anybody needs help or doesn't understand or can't download the app or access it online, Cody Coons is there to help you. I'm there to help you. Jason Card is there to help you. We will route you through the yard. We will do whatever we can to help you guys be compliant with the Infinity system, okay? So in any event, that is our Infinity system. CSA, does everybody know what CSA is? Can anybody tell me what it stands for? Yes,
Compliance, safety, and accountability.
that's right. So it's FMCSA's way to measure how safe a driver is and how safe a motor carrier is. And one of the biggest misconceptions out there is that when a driver gets a violation, only the driver gets CSA points associated with that violation. That is not true. The motor carrier gets points along with it as well. And why is that important? It's important because every category, unsafe driving, hours of service, driver fitness, controlled substance and alcohol, vehicle maintenance, and the crash category, they each have a threshold that FMCSA says that we have to stay under as a motor carrier, okay? Because they say if you go over these thresholds, you're not a safe motor carrier. You're not compliant. And that opens us up for being susceptible to a DOT audit, and we definitely don't want that. Blackwell is currently undergoing a DOT audit right now. So, and you know, they randomly select drivers with high CSA points, with DOT reportable accidents,
They want the driver qualification file. You know, they're trying to make sure that motor carriers are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing and that the drivers are as well. So when we go over those thresholds, it flags to DOT, and we don't want them poking around, right? So it's just a lot of work for everybody. Thanks, Steve. So in any event, both companies are over the threshold in the hours of service category. So Blackwell is at 71%, the threshold is 65%, and Combined is 89%, and the threshold is 65%. We're also over on our crash category for Combined. So that's any accident that has an injury or a tow associated with it gets reported to DOT. Okay. So what do you guys think the number one hours of service violation is?
Improper use of PC.
Yes, you remember. Improper use of personal conveyance. So drivers are utilizing personal conveyance to benefit the company. To advance the load, to go pick up a load, they're not using it for personal reasons, okay? And no matter how smart you think you are, DOT is going to see exactly what you're doing. It's all logged on your ELD, okay? So we need you guys to run compliant. You can make money within your hours of service. You absolutely can make money. What was our top mileage? Do you remember that email that went out?
The top mileage was
138,738 for Blackwell, 138,000 miles.
138,000 miles for Blackwell. And I remember looking at that driver, and he ran completely legal. So it is possible to make money.
combined was 156.
Combined was 156.
That's what Randy just said. He popped his head.
Oh, he did. All right. So just run legal, do everything above board. Don't open up yourself for, getting popped by the DOT. Also, when we're over the threshold for CSA, drivers get pulled into the scales more. We get flagged, okay? And for a while, Blackwell was 100% pull-in rate in California. So if you get violations over the road, it doesn't just affect you. It affects all of the drivers, right? And that is time and money being taken out of their pocket every time that they have to go into a port of entry and be inspected because we're flagged as a company, okay? So again, it takes everybody. It takes a village. We all got to work together in order to make as much money as we can and be safe while doing it. So, any questions about CSA or the thresholds or anything? No? All right. Well, that's pretty much all I have today. I really appreciate you guys coming out, and if you guys ever need anything, I'm always here for you, even if it's not safety or compliance related.
One more thing, so at the
Yeah.
beginning of this live stream, our audio wasn't working. Could you go over the insurance one more time?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Or are you messing with me?
I'm not messing with you.
Okay, we're gonna go over insurance because audio was not working in the beginning of the meeting. So, HR wanted me to convey that she apologizes. We tried to send out a mass email on Monday and it did not go through, and we weren't aware of it until this morning. All team members should have received an email today regarding your health insurance packet and the healthy incentive program for the discounts. The new insurance goes into effect February 1st, and you do not have to do anything if you are not making any changes. So if you are already enrolled and you already have insurance set up the way that you want it will automatically roll over to the new insurance. All drivers who do not reside in Oregon and Washington will now have Cigna insurance, which is accepted everywhere. For those that live outside the inside Oregon and Washington area, that's going to be Providence Health Plan. Both will be displayed on your card because Even though you reside in Oregon, you may be in Texas when you need to see the doctor, right? So it will automatically switch to the insurance company for the area that you're in. Another change is that we're going to have new dental insurance. It's called Delta Dental, and it's widely accepted everywhere. And then team members wanting to add dependents will need birth dates and social security numbers for each individual. You have, I believe, until the 27th to make any changes. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Be safe out there.